Baltimore as it's the Blast and San Diego Sockers. Interesting for the Blast. For the Blast last time out, we saw Victor France and Lucas Roque for the first time. I think both were big impact guys for the Blast last time out in their win.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Victor France had energy on both ends of the floor, really creating a lot with his movement and the ball. And Lucas up top gives him experience, crafting us in and around the box. I thought both guys had a big impact.
San Diego, of course, in a rough stretch right now because they played a tremendous amount of games. They're 3-0 on the road after their win last night in Harrisburg. Hard-fought 7-5 victory. They come here to Baltimore, and their stops include Monterey, Sonora, Orlando, and Florida in this 6-game road swing. So they're going to be all over the place, and it's a big challenge for them over these 6 games.
Yeah, look, at some point, I think it's usually the second or third night the jet lag catches you more than anything, more than the first night, and then having played already in Harrisburg, so it'll be interesting to see how their legs handle.
All right, so did you hate playing back-to-back? I guess eventually you get used to it, and then you just get
For me, I loved it. You know, I didn't mind playing back-to-back. We played 3 in 3 days, and yeah, in those days. And to be honest with you, I actually liked it. I didn't mind it. My body handled it okay.
Brian Farber, 10 goals on the season. He had a hat trick last night, and just got the job done for them. Big win for San Diego last night. I see them banging the drum here in Baltimore as we get ready to play here, Blast and Sockers. Take a look at the lineups for these two teams. Brian Farber in the starting lineup for San Diego. Boris Pardo in goal. We'll get to the goalkeeper matchup in a second. Cesar Cerda also in the starting lineup. Craig Childs, Hiram Ruiz as well, a starter for San Diego. And also Brandon Escoto in the starting lineup. For the Blast, Tony Donatelli, Adriano Dos Santos, Mike Diesel, Juan Pereira, and Vinny Dantas. Good to see Mike Diesel back. Had a little bit of an altercation against Sonora on Monday.
Yeah, you know what? That looked a lot worse than I thought it was. That looked a lot worse than I thought it was. I saw the replay on the telecast, and man, I was surprised that's just a one-game suspension because he lined Mike up and got him pretty good.
All right, here we go. San Diego starts things. We are underway here in Baltimore. Ruiz across the midfield. And Lee, we'll see how San Diego handles the small field. They're used to it. They play Sonora. But it's always kind of an adjustment early on.
Yeah, they're a more of a creative team. I think they got guys who like the flicks and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle it in such tight spaces.
Diesel runs on, but he can't get a good foot on it. Good step in by Escoto and good distribution from Boris Pardo. We'll see our first possession here for the Sockers. Ruiz, marked by Donatelli. Plays to the far side for Ortega. Blast will pressure Pardo and does a nice job distributing.
San Diego looks lively and sharp here early on, especially in the back with their defenders. Very comfortable with the ball.
Pereira clears. Let's take a look at our goalkeeper matchup. Boris Pardo, 6-1, 4.51 goals against average, .663 save percentage, and 2 assists on the year. See, fires the distribution down for De Oliveira. And for the Blast, William Vanzella, 5-4 on the season, 485 goals against average, .730 save percentage, third best in the league. And 1 shutout this year. Still here for the Blast. And a quick shot by Roque goes wide.
That was an early mistake by San Diego. You would look to try to capitalize on that one. Lucas trying to catch the keeper out and get it over his head.
Pardo again with the distribution into the box. And Vanzella able to snatch that off the glass. Quickly, Victor France now in the far side. Marked by Pino. Double team comes and stolen away by Bond. And finally the Sockers clear. Rayleigh heads it back and William flicks it into the midfield. Foul called here. Too aggressive. De Oliveira got into Jamie Thomas, and it'll be blast ball.
I'll tell you what, Taylor Bond's going to be a handful for the Blast to handle up front. He's got good mobility, good pace, and he's a big man.
Vanzella through the midfield. Victor France up front today for the Blast. Last time out, Victor played the second forward position. He's up front now for the Blast tonight. Peruzzi. Quick turn as Peruzzi has some space. Good distribution for Dantas. Vinny off the glass. Goes wide and around and into the crowd.
Good early movement and ball possession by both teams.
Pressure by Dantas and a 3-line violation here. We'll get a free kick for the Blast. Restart at the yellow line.
3-line violation, San Diego, free kick Blast. And Blast Soccer is brought to you by Henderson Webb, the official apartment provider.
Donatelli presides here, along with Rayleigh. Back heel for Peruzzi, a drive, and Pardo right there to make the save.
It's a great shot by Peruzzi, trying to get him going early as he did last game.
A good step in defensively by Peruzzi, getting back on his own defensive end and forces the Sockers back. Scotto, marked by Donatelli, blocked by Peruzzi.
I like what the Blast are doing here early. They're really trying to take away that penetrating ball to the target forwards and allowing San Diego to just knock it backwards.
Double team by the Blast, and ball still alive, goes off the boards, out of play off San Diego, so it'll be a kick in for the Blast. Last time out, the Blast got off to a quick start against Sonora. Here's a drive by Pereira that's blocked. It'll be a corner here for the Blast. They got two quick goals, kind of a miscommunication goal, and quick 2-on-0 for the Blast in that first quarter against Sonora, and then able to build the lead at 2-0. Schmerman with a drive. The foot goes up over the bar. Throw in here for Pardo.
Couple good early chances here for the Blast. It'd be nice to get them on the board as they did last game, get on the board early.
Quick flick by Farber that's gathered in by Vanzella. Brian Farber, the hat trick last night for San Diego and Harrisburg, including a late goal against the sixth attacker with about a half a second left, was the ultimate difference in that game. San Diego did such a nice job last night, Lee. About 80-85% possession time against the Heat. Really made it tough on Harrisburg.
Yeah, it seemed like Harrisburg was kind of just sitting back and allowing them to keep possession and trying to catch them on the counter, so maybe that was the idea. They thought they had the best chance of getting them was off the counter.
Great battle, though. Harrisburg, good fight. They got it down to 1-6-5 late. Just couldn't quite get over the hump. Good ball here by Diesel to France in the corner. Victor turns. That's blocked. Good defensive play there by the Sockers. Ball still alive and finally squirts free. Lupi Parapovic plays it back for his keeper Pardo, and Sockers settle things down. Here comes Boris across the yellow line. Ball loose. Ball loose now. Here's Dos Santos. Vanzella misplays it. Recovers to Mike Diesel.
Good recovery by William there. He had the early ball to get out and kind of hesitated a little bit. The Blast had them on the counter if he got that ball out of his feet.
Dos Santos steps in the midfield. Now Kalu back for Vanzella. William off the boards. Good carom there. Now up front for Dantas. Vinny can't settle, and Pardo has an easy play off the boards.
I'll tell you what, Paul, San Diego's really pressing high with two guys, and the Blast have done well to beat that a number of times. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to try to press like that.
You're going to say ball off of who? They say Kalu did not touch it. So it's off of San Diego into the offensive end. And
That's a tough one to tell.
free kick for the Blast. Schmerman races back and leaves it for his keeper. Santos' pass nearly stolen away. Good hustle by San Diego here. Good pressure. And they get the turnover. Thomas steps into Pino, though, and Roque back to help from this forward position. Now the time and space on the far side for Dos Santos. Adriano, some nifty footwork to get it through the midfield. Roque now. Lucas away from the double team. Schmerman, drive. Pardo the save. It comes loose. Juicy rebound, but Donatelli couldn't pounce on that. And finally, the Sockers cleared to the yellow.
San Diego's been really aggressive on the doubles, Paul, so I think if the Blast can get the ball out of the double and switch it to the opposite side quickly, that's where they're going to catch him.
A lot of time and space there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But they've missed it twice already.
Raley comes flying in. Pardo was able to neutralize that. Blast have to regroup in their own end. Mello along the far side. Back for Diesel. Peruzzi turns, takes on his defender, foul called. Childs takes him down.
What a sharp turn there by Peruzzi.
Dantas. Raley and now Mello. Jonathan Mello along that far side. Peruzzi 8 goals on the year, 2 hat tricks and a 2-goal game. So he either scores in bunches or he doesn't.
Yeah, he's a rhythm player, so it would be nice to try to get him on the board early.
Peruzzi goes down. Referee says play on as Contreras pushed him. Ball around the turn by Dantas, but Pardo gathers that in. Quickly for Farber up ahead. Peruzzi looks to double team. Ruiz runs on, keeps it alive into the box. Mello heads that away. Now, off of the bounce, into the bench area. It'll be Soccer's ball when we come back from the break. 7:37 left in the first. We are scoreless here in Baltimore. Back with more on NBC Sports Washington.
No, 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 no.
Jack, can I talk to you? I think you need one of these. You're acting like a kid.
Yes, yes, yes.
Have a blast and score big at Antwerpen Automotive. Jack is saying yes to every deal on all new and pre-owned vehicles. Plus discounts up to $15,000 and no payments for 3 months. Now at all 10 Antwerpen locations.
Jack says yes.
They won.
All right, welcome back into Baltimore. The score is 0-0, 7:37 left in the first quarter. Let's send it back up to Paul and Lee.
Thanks, Andrew. Andrew behind the bench. We'll have his updates down there. Rules clarifications as well. And our interviews at the half. Sockers will have the kick in here. Ubi Parapovic presenting a 3-man wall for the Blast. Roque and Pereira.
It's our winner tonight. You guys look shocked. Congratulations. You're getting free pizza. It's a great deal, courtesy of Black and Gold. Everybody give it up for the winning
Parapovic off the boards. The Oliveira keeps it alive. Steal by Pereira. And let's see. They're going to say... Yeah, they called it a defensive clearance originally, but the ball hit the boards. So it'll be a kick in for the Blast. That's huge, or kick in for San Diego. That's huge because you really have to be disciplined tonight. Such good restarts for San Diego. And Craig Childs is just a monster on the restarts along with Ubi Parapovic.
Yeah, you have 2 guys who can, they can hit the ball a ton and very accurately.
Great save by Vanzella, as that was a header with a lot of steam on it right there.
Yeah, I like what the Blast are doing. They're getting out on the break pretty quick, which is stretching the San Diego and allowing them easy distribution to the defenders.
Sockers are really aggressively challenging the Blast. Schmerman keeps it alive. Roque blocks the clearance. goes
Yeah.
out off of him, and it'll be a kick in for the Sockers.
Yeah, they're doubling hard, Paul, so you've got to move the ball quickly, or the person, your players off the ball have to move to occupy guys so they don't double.
I think the Blast doesn't see a lot. They're pressuring in the defensive end as well, and really challenging the Blast defenders. Goes off of Schmerman out of play. Kick in for San Diego. I think Schmerman was arguing that it hit off the corner of the glass.
I think he was trying to argue that it hit one of the San Diego players.
Yeah, they were arguing that it hit the glass, but it actually did hit one of the San Diego players' hands that was leaning over the boards.
Is that a too many men on the field penalty? Pardo. Forrest did not play last night in Harrisburg. Saddam gave him the opportunity here in Baltimore. Such a wealth of talent at the goalkeeper position. Remember, San Diego traded Chris Toth to Ontario because they had Boris Pardo. Good ball here, and can't get a foot on it. Serta that time kicks it over the bar.
Yeah, that was great ball movement by San Diego. They got the Blast, caught them slow in rotation, and got a really good opportunity there.
Good distribution by Vanzella. Peruzzi now on the near side. Tries for Mello back post. That's knocked away. Good challenge by Peruzzi. He makes the steal. Kalu on the far side. Here's Mello. Challenged by Pino. Mello to the middle. Cuts it back. Nice job by San Diego, not allowing any shot angles. Good step in on Dantas, and Vinny commits the foul. Good defensive play by Ruiz on the far side.
On the Blast, number 28, Vinny Dantas. Quick kick, San Diego.
Pardo now will bring it across the yellow. Cuts it near side. Scotto. Stolen away by Kalu. Big steal there. It's cut off by Pino. Dantas steps in, shoots and scores! Top of the box. He beats Pardo, and Vinny Dantas puts the Blast on the board.
Way to take advantage of an offensive mistake. You got the defender trying to dribble out of the back, goofing around with the ball. Kalu picks his pocket, and then they get caught in transition.
Goal number 15 for Vinny Dantas. Time of the goal, 9:54. Blast do indeed get on the board first. We'll see the assist here, probably unassisted. Here's the replay. Kalu could have been a foul call there, but give Dantas credit, he doesn't give up on the play. Makes another steal and then scores.
No, absolutely. Look at as a coach, I'm sure Phil is not happy. That's basically a self-inflicted wound, right?
There's another steal. Shot.
It's a handball.
Handball outside the box. Clear handball. There you go. Outside the box by Pardo. He had no choice. He was 2-3 steps outside the box.
Yeah, I don't understand what Contreras is arguing here. I mean, that was just clear. He knows. Pardo knows. Everybody knew.
It's all set up here by Roque. And you'll see the replay right here. He's clearly outside the box.
Not even close.
Great pressure by the Blast. Well organized. San Diego looks a little bit flustered right now.
That's a great save if he would have been in the box.
It was a great save.
But I mean, if you're him, why not do that?
Well, you have to.
Yeah, you got to do it in that situation. He got beat. You take it. Now you get you get a chance here.
Shootout for the Blast here. Pereira will preside. Last night, the Sockers had a shootout, and they actually got the assist. They waited, they brought it in play, and then passed it. And I think Farber was the one that scored on that. Pereira scores. Went near side on Pardo. Juwan Pereira, the shootout goal. And just like that, it's 2-0 Blast.
Okay, was this here? Did they take off early because
Oh, 100%.
I think Ubi almost blocked Juwan before he shot it.
It was 100%. The Blast bench was screaming. I think the referees let it go. And I think San Diego's going to call a timeout here.
It's one of those things you call back if he doesn't score. But let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, they absolutely jumped early.
2 steps, right?
Wow, Ubi actually almost blocked that before he shot it.
That's a hell of an athletic play right there.
I tell you what, that's one quick man.
We got a timeout on the field.
Timeout San Diego. So the Blast score 12 seconds apart. Roque picks up goal number 2 of the year on the shootout. And a good timeout by Phil Salvaggio here to regroup, get his guys refocused after a couple of quick goals by the Blast.
Yeah, I give Danny a lot of credit because I thought San Diego handled their pressure really well in the first 5 or 6 minutes where they actually kind of broke them down a couple times. It seems like Danny actually pushed the forwards higher and didn't drop them back, which has caused problems over the last 2 or 3 minutes where they're now picking up balls, causing turnovers, and both goals came off of turnovers.
Turnovers, absolutely. Big weekend lead for the Blast. They're still on the outside looking in as far as playoffs are concerned. We get towards the midway point of the season, but a win tonight against San Diego, a win in Harrisburg tomorrow would put them right back in the playoffs in a spot. So it's a big 24 hours here for the Blast.
It is, but look at, Danny and a majority of these players have been through a lot of wars, so they understand. They're just taking one game at a time. They know they're putting some pieces together, and they just went through a rough patch early, so they'll be fine.
Pressure by the Blast, handled by San Diego that time.
I mean, the thing is, Lee, if you're the Blast and you look at, you lost one of those games in overtime to Utica, you lost one of those games in overtime to Florida, you're not worried about playing those teams. You know you can hold your own. It's just about racking up the wins that you should get to get into the playoffs.
Yeah,
this is not a team that's intimidated.
Yes, but, look at, there's no easy wins in this league.
Steal by Mello. Here's a chance, 2-on-1. Cuts it towards the box. Good recovery by Ruiz defensively. Gives it away to Mello, though. It's loose. Diesel tries to run on, and it's cleared down the field. Oh, dangerous play there. De Oliveira was stalking Manzella as he was able to take it away. 2-on-1 now. Here's Farber. Farber cut off by Dos Santos. De Oliveira is battling forward in the corner, but Dos Santos comes out with it. Adriano with a strong defensive play there.
Got the hustle from
what
Adriano.
A great recovery. William kind of busy looking at the San Diego offensive player because he was attempting to get the ball when he had a breakdown there. He's got to get the ball off his hands quicker there.
Yeah, the Blast were changing, and because the pass went right to San Diego on the change, they had a 2-on-1.
I think that might have been a 3-on-none.
Well, when Adriano was on the bench when that ball was kicked and made it all the way down there before the first touch to block it.
No, he did a great job.
Dead sprint.
Suckers at the defensive third. Pardo now flicks it to the corner. Header towards the middle is thrown away by Dantas. Vinny spins around the defender. 3-on-2. Great feed for Thomas. Pardo kicks that away slickly. And finally Donatelli follows up in the midfield.
What a great ball by Vinny.
There's Thomas again. Again, double team comes quickly. He's able to move it into the midfield for Dos Santos.
Thomas trying to take that with the outside of his strong foot, which was his right foot, and I think the better move there is taking it with his left foot. That takes it right into stride toward goal.
Creative settle by Roque. Plays back for Dos Santos and now Peruzzi. Donatelli. And now Dos Santos with just over 2 minutes left first quarter. It's been a fast-paced first quarter. Roque run off the ball, stolen away. Dos Santos blocked inside. Good defensive recovery that time by Contreras. Now foul called on the Sockers against the boards. Donatelli goes down. It'll be a free kick here for the Blast.
What great counter pressure again. I'm sure Adriano would want that one back.
Yeah.
That's one you got to put back in the net somehow.
I don't know if you recognize now where Contreras was at that time.
Yeah, I just don't think he knew how much time he had, where the goalkeeper was.
Diesel now. Schmerman's ball stays in. Around the turn. Victor France gets spilled, but gathers it in. Great outlet pass to the corner. And a nice settle out there by Escoto. Leaves it for Childs.
Daniel just went down off the ball running on his own there. He's grabbing his knee.
Still down. Ball off the boards. Play continues. Ball knocked away in front. Finally, they stop it.
Great job staying disciplined by Mike Diesel, not getting caught up in the situation. Mike did a great job of getting behind William there, and what a crucial block on a tap-in.
And you have Daniel Peruzzi in extreme pain right now on that far side. It's never good when the player starts slapping the ground because he knows kind of what happened.
Those are the scariest kind of injuries, because the scariest type of injuries, I should say, because he's running off the ball, no one by him, and when you go down like that,
I wonder, he's over there by the logo, because that's always a change of surface sometimes plays a factor as well.
If you want to have a Game 1 jersey of your favorite Blast player, you can get on the military jerseys from tonight's game by going to the Blast team store.
He wasn't even really in the play, was he?
no, he was just recovering back. I actually saw it out the corner of my eye. That's how far back he was. You know, he was coming into the play, but I'm pretty sure no one was around him when he went down.
No, he's up. And they're going to probably take him right off the field.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking him off the field and not to the bench, which is a sign that they want to check for ligaments. Usually they're going to check his knee, it looks like. Good sign is he seems to be walking okay.
Yeah, but you know, that's crazy. It doesn't matter. I've seen
I
guys
know.
walk off the field like it's nothing, and then all of a sudden it's an ACL.
Yeah, especially someone like Daniel, the size of his legs. Obviously, he's got enormous quad strength and hamstring strength, and a lot of times that masks ligament damage.
Pereira pushed back by Farber. Vanzella with the left foot down the field.
I can
Gathered
also
in.
report that Jeremy Raley's behind the bench being worked on as well. So 2 Blast players down right now.
Kick in Blast.
Quick restart for the Blast. Farber can't tackle it away. Mello down the wing. Pardo gets a piece.
In the corner.
Farber run off by Mello, foul call.
That's great counter pressure by the Blast. I feel like the official was putting the whistle to his mouth before Mello even got.
Donatelli swings it to the midfield. Now steals it back. Flicks one ahead for Roque. Comes out of the corner and the San Diego controls. Bond on that far side. Pardo sweeps it along the boards. De Oliveira has it taken away by Roque. And now Pardo fires it up the field. Good header, but it's gathered in by Vanzella. 10 seconds left. Vanzella for Thomas on the far side. He gets pushed in the back. Referee says play on. 2 seconds, 1, and that'll do it. Blast will take a 2-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. Come back with second quarter action after the break. Blast 2, Sockers 0. You're listening or you're watching Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Our country has changed over the last 80 years. At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're not just embracing this change, we're driving it in our own backyard. As a local not-for-profit, we're tackling some of the region's biggest health challenges and making care more accessible for you by providing access to digital tools, transforming healthcare for over 3 million of your neighbors, forging new paths to live fearless. Care First, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
All right, we're back here in the start of the second quarter. Blast up.
Be nice if they let us
the
know.
San Diego Sockers. Let's go back up to Paul and Lee.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Blast Soccer. Brought to you by Miter. Blast would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific balls for MASL and MASL2. And don't forget, every week, outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeart Radio. I'm sure he was talking about that big win for San Diego last night in Harrisburg. Big weekend on the East Coast as the Blast here tonight at home, and then travel to Harrisburg tomorrow night. I guess you could call it rivalry weekend as the Blast take on San Diego and Harrisburg.
Hey, Lee, when Paul started that read, did it sound like he was asking us if Miter was a sponsor?
I think he was just... wasn't quite sure there.
I'm Paul Minnemer?
Yeah. There was a question mark on the teleprompter. So, Blast out shooting San Diego 8-4. 4 saves for Boris Pardo in that first quarter. Overall, I thought a very entertaining first quarter, and there was a lot of action.
No, good soccer by both teams. The one positive that I take from that first half for the Blast is I think in that entire quarter they let up two dangerous opportunities. One very dangerous, but other than that, they did a great job following their runners and keeping San Diego in front of them.
You know, it's interesting. You talk about the Blast having the shot advantage 8-4. The story, of course, in Harrisburg, you talked about the possession time, Paul, but the shots on goal, especially in the first half, was stark. It was 1.16-4 in the first half for shots on goal for San Diego having an advantage over Harrisburg. So a completely different type of game that they had yesterday.
We're underway second quarter. Mello chips into the far corner. Pino battles with Dantas and a defensive clearance. So the Blast will restart top of the arc. And boy, this is where you miss Daniel Peruzzi.
Paul, it's exactly what you said. As they looked at that and they called the time, and they said Daniel's not out there. And the Blast will have to take a timeout as Juwan was late coming off the bench.
Well, that's the thing. You know, when you lose guys to injury, sometimes that happens. You're interchanging guys, and all of a sudden nobody realizes what's going on.
Yeah, obviously, Daniel's going to be a big piece if they're missing him. Hopefully, it's just a little bit of a tweak.
Fans, we'd like to remind you the Baltimore West Summer Soccer Camp registrations are now
Looks like it'll be, let's see, Pereira steps back onto the bench. So it'll be Victor France.
And Adriano's out there now.
And Adriano out there, too.
Yeah, Paul almost instantaneously, as soon as you noted that Daniel Peruzzi not there, Tony Donatelli is walking out, goes, Daniel's not there.
Okay, I have to mention how absolutely coordinated Coach Phil Savaggio is. His shoes have a stripe that goes across them that matches his suit. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
That's impressive.
That is really, I just saw Phil walking across the carpet. I'm impressed.
Dantas on the restart, drives it into the wall. Sockers take one for the team there. Manzello with the left foot. Dos Santos avoids one defender. Place to the box. Gets it back. Finally, Ruiz on it. Or check out
Dos Santos is grabbing his knee.
Adriano's down. He's on the ground as play continues. Blast again, 5-on-4. Finally, play stops.
He's grabbing his ankle.
Great job by Victor France there defending. He's been, I tell you, I've been just so impressed with him over the last game and a quarter and a half here. He does so many little things well.
And Dos Santos still holding his ankle. When he came across, he collided with Ortega and went down. He's like, where? He's like looking up, where's the foul? So Adriano will come off.
I heard that one.
Adriano's still questioning whether that was a foul or not.
I heard that one from up here.
Sorry. I mistimed my cough.
Dantas tries to play boards, but stolen away by De Oliveira. Ubi Parapovic battles in the corner. Vanzella clears. Knocked down by the official. Right to Donatelli. Here comes Schmerman. Richard has his pass stolen away. Ball still loose. Finally, Vanzella forced to come out and play it. Diesel flicks it downfield. Stolen there by Cerda. Plays to the Blast side. Vanzella a little back heel and clears it far side. Forces Contreras back to the yellow.
I'm not sure you ever want to see your goalkeeper pulling turns inside his own box, but William got away with it because he's got some good feet.
And wide. And
what a nifty little ball from Dantes to Mike Diesel. What a great pass that was.
Away from the ball, Diesel. Is that Escoto that's down on the floor? Yeah, Escoto shaken up. Why do I get there's more to that story?
I tell you what, Juan is cut from the old school, man. There's nothing I don't like about his game.
Oh, good chance here, and Vanzella gets the foot out and denies.
What a great save by William on a one-on-one opportunity for San Diego.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty nice how Escoto, I mean, he's really walking well.
Serta just came right down the middle of the field and nobody stopped the ball.
He's moving really well now.
Serta again on the far side. Chip to the corner. Down by Childs. Avoids the double team. And now ball driven up into the crowd, so we'll get up. We'll see if it's a restart or a kick-in or a goalkeeper distribution. Goalkeeper distribution Blast. Mo NDI on the field for the first time. Defensive clearance by San Diego, so another top-of-the-arc restart for the Blast.
Like to see them get a little more than what they got last time here.
Donatelli far side. France with the left foot blocked.
Wow, that was drawn up beautifully. Just a really nice block by San Diego.
So Santos comes through and shoots it just wide. Couple of good chances there for the Blast.
The Blast have a 3v2 against them in the offensive end. Yeah, here we go.
Vanzella the save. France with the clear. And now nice touch to the middle for Dantas.
Blast was a little bit fortunate there. Someone didn't follow their runners, and San Diego had a 3-on-2, 3v2 in the offensive end if they could have executed.
Donatelli turns, that's blocked. Blast steal in the midfield. France runs on. Now he'll come off as Dos Santos has some room.
Paul, does it seem like the Blast are kind of making a concerted effort here of having a more high-tempo game plan than they usually do? They usually keep possession a little bit more, and they're a little bit more patient. Very high tempo here by the Blast today.
I think it's being forced by San Diego because San Diego is really on top of them right away, so they're forcing the Blast to either move the ball or have it stolen, one or the other. Of course, the Blast are familiar with that kind of style of play.
All right, Blast fans, let's do it.
You just don't see teams do that to them very often here.
No, they seem to be, the Blast seem to be wearing them down a little bit.
Roque with a quick touch. That's blocked by Pardo. Donatelli follows up. Kalu with a little back heel to the middle. Thomas lets it go for Diesel. That drive is blocked. And Donatelli sweeps it back into the defensive end.
Really
Great
smart
shot by Michael.
I was going to say, really smart play by Jamie Thomas to not try and take that touch.
I think if he tried to take a touch there, his leg was going to be broke.
Oh, yeah, Diesel was going to crush him.
Mike was in it. Mike wasn't pulling back from that one.
He was coming through one way or the other. Wow. You could be in the way or you could get out of the way, one or the other.
Melo's unmarked right now if they can find him.
Great spacing early on here by the Blast. This first half, the Blast has been...
They've really made it hard on the double team, and that's hard to do in this arena.
Yes, it's very hard to do in this arena, but the Blast, their movement off the ball and their spacing has been really good the first quarter and a half here.
Nice double team here from San Diego to take the ball away. Ruiz with a spin move, shoots, and it's just wide. Nifty offensive play there by Ruiz. Escoto's drive, that's blocked by Pereira. Ruiz with a follow, and now clear. Good step in. NDI steals that and clears it, now comes off the floor.
What a great job by the Blast. At least 4 blocks in that sequence. And that's what it takes to beat these elite teams. You've got to do all the little dirty things.
Kalu steps in. Ball off the boards in front. Ruiz has it taken away by Melo. Melo swings it near side for Kalu. Kalu can't dribble away from the double team. Ruiz clears. Escoto. Quick change to the bench. Ubi Povaparic. Yeah. I knew I was going to get that. Ubi Parapovic with the ball. Then finally, as I'm way behind, the Blast steal. And Kalu tries to go across field. And it'll be a kick in for the Blast.
Yeah, it was a great look. What do you call it? Tony was coming late, far post, and Kalu saw him. It's kind of a tough ball to get there.
Schmerman's got some room with his left foot over here if they can get it across.
Vinny creates some space and then shoots it. Pardo makes the save. Good spin move by Bond, but he's taken away. Here's Donatelli for France. Victor with some slick moves to the corner. Bond once again, though, playing good D. Out comes San Diego. Quick shot, that's wide. Oliviero with a good job of getting the ball close to target that time. Here's Farber. Farber down the wing, run off the ball.
Great job by Mike Diesel to get his foot in at the last second without drawing 2 minutes.
Farber gets it back. Nifty footwork by De Oliveira. Geyer. Cut off by Roque. And San Diego forced back.
This is some back to two-end soccer. I mean, this is crazy.
Last few minutes here, San Diego's had a little bit of momentum. A lot of it is coming by the individual dribble. So you have some very skillful players out there who are beating 1-2 players. But the Blast is very disciplined in their rotation. And they're doing a lot of little blocking, bumping, all the stuff that kind of throws off very skillful players.
Well, it's been high energy, high skill from two teams here. There's a save by Vanzella. And Roque clears.
The Blast have got to get a hold of this ball here. They've been under the gun for about 2.5 minutes here.
Thomas with the block. Melo steals. Melo. Thomas. Blocked. He tried to go off the boards. It's loose. Pardo keeps it alive. Still loose, and finally Pardo picks it up. Good awareness there by Pardo to stay there and win the ball back. Escoto fakes the shot. NDI does a nice job defensively. Foul called on Mo.
I would like to see Jamie Thomas have enough of an awareness that that the momentum is against them, hold that ball up, kind of take the air out of it a little bit, but, you know, and then it just kind of turn it right back over.
Fans, just a reminder, join during American Black Friday sale and get the rest of the year for just $29. Visit miraclubs.com.
Ortega on the near side. Forced back by the blast. Pereira with some pressure.
Sports, WMAR 2 News works for you. And Blast Soccer is brought to you by
I think Mo has entered this realm now where he's been in the league long enough, he's got the reputation, he's the size, where anytime he goes to make a challenge, it's a 50-50 ball, he's going to get that call against him. I think he's got to start earning that right that he's not going to get called, because I don't think that was a foul, but I think now it's working against him, where every time it's a 50-50 challenge, the guy goes down, he's going to get that call.
I just think on that last play, you know, anytime you get your hands up into a guy, up his upper body, and you know, it's tough not to make that call as an official.
Yes, because the ref can't tell how hard you're pushing.
Right.
Right, so once your hands are up and you kind of have that motion, they're going to call that on you.
All right, boys, take a breath. 6:17 left in the second quarter, end-to-end action here in Baltimore. Blast 2, Soccer still. Back with more on NBC Sports Washington.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, you know, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
No, 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 no.
Jack, can I talk to you? I think you need one of these. You're acting like a kid.
Yes, yes, yes.
Have a blast and score big at Antwerp Automotive. Jack is saying yes to every deal on all new and pre-owned vehicles. Plus discounts up to $15,000 and no payments for 3 months. Now at all 10 Antwerpen locations.
Jack says yes.
6:17 in the second quarter. The Blast will preside over a free kick on the left side of the boards. Victor France over the ball. He drives it into the center, but nobody at home.
Andrew and Lee, a very animated Phil Salvaggio at that timeout.
Yeah, Phil's a very emotional guy. He's got a great connection with his players. He always, you know, Phil's a guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. He gets his players to play hard for him. They know what he's about.
And he's a guy that's developed a good reputation around the league as well as the coach of the U.S. national team. He's gotten a chance to work with a lot of players from the Blast and from other teams across the league, and he's built a very good reputation with those players as being a player's coach.
No, he's definitely a player's coach. I had the pleasure of living with Phil for 1 year. He's a very good friend. He's a good man. So,
wow, what's life like living with Lita Chantarette?
Dude, it's fun. I'm a little grumpy in the mornings.
There's no way I don't doubt that. There's no way. It has to be a blast. No question about it.
Now, Lee, where were you and what were you doing at the time?
We were in Kansas City together. We actually won a championship in Kansas City. It was my first championship. So it was a great year for me, both on and off the field, living with Phil and our roommate, Eddie. Great group of guys.
And I'm sure when you guys were rooming together, you knew you'd be coaches later on in life, right?
I know, right? Believe me, I don't know if anybody picked any of our future professions.
San Diego now with some pressure. Blast, steal it away. Kalu tries to go up the boards. Good work, and finally Van Zell makes a save. It's loose in front, and a shot and a goal. Came free for Ubi Parapovic. Nothing the Blast could do there. A tough break on a tough bounce.
Yeah,
that's
unfortunate. Kind of caught a bad bounce. Actually, 2 bad bounces in that sequence. And then the ball ends up in the back of the net.
Time of the goal, 10:09. Take a look at the replay.
Scored by number 99, Slavisa Ubi Parapovic. Assist to number 16, Eduardo Velez. Time of the Soccer's first goal, 10:09. San Diego goal scored by number 99, Slavica Ubi Parapovic.
Ubi's 11th goal of the season.
Time in the goal, 10:09.
Velez the assist for San Diego, and the Sockers on the board. Small arena, here we are again, Lee. Taking down to the end of the second quarter, it's 2-1 game.
Yeah, look, coming into tonight, we expected this, no?
Yeah.
Right, so two top teams, two top franchises in the league. A lot of talented players for both teams on the field.
Two of the best goalkeepers in the league. They've had a lot to say about this first half, too.
Well, as much as the goalkeepers have played a role in that, I mean, the team blocks from both sides have been pretty incredible. Both teams laying out for balls every time. Look at that move.
That's a nifty little move by William. Pass for Dos Santos is headed away. Pardo lost it into the midfield. Pereira heads that away. Good clear. And now Donatelli puts it into the crowd.
San Diego.
Kicking Sockers. Blast change. They recover as Escoto has it in the midfield. Good chip here. Childs turns. Diesel gets a chest on it. Childs a drive that's blocked. Oh, big save by Vanzella on Bond.
San Diego has a couple guys who are really, really comfortable with the ball.
Taylor Walter Bond just stepped into that one and drove it towards goal, and Vanzella had to parry it into the crowd. Childs with the restarts. Escoto puts it up into the crowd. Goalkeeper distribution for Vanzella. 3:29 left in the first half. Dantas and Roque in the first quarter, and Ubi Parapovic for San Diego here in the second. Mello with the steal. Kalu. NDI on the floor for the blast up front. Diesel. NDI turns. Still has it. It's loose. Diesel swings it far side. Kalu. Off the boards for NDI in front. Pardo runs out and kicks that away.
Great ball by Kalu off the boards. NDI's got to try to get a better touch there and have a shot.
Schmerman, bad pass for Dos Santos. Childs runs off Adriano, turns, shoots. That's saved by Vanzella.
Blast almost got caught off a mix-up subbing.
Oh, good return pass by Vanzella. Donatelli to the offensive side. Drive, blocked, rebound off the glass. Thomas can't get a foot on it. Schmerman runs on and drives it just high. Tell you what, Richard Schmerman's going to get one eventually.
He's shooting every chance he gets.
That one was interesting because he went with the right. Still got some good pace on it.
Dos Santos for Schmerman. Under 2 minutes to play first half. Victor France now on the near side. He's swinging for Dos Santos. Now Dantas. Vinny. Can't avoid the double team. Ortega trapped in the corner, but he gets it out. 2-on-2 now for San Diego. Shot blocked by Donatelli. Victor France comes for the double team. Ball still loose. Somehow the Sockers come out with it.
Yeah, the Blast haven't been getting many bounces, kind of falling their way here in this quarter. The Blast is doing a really good job getting it down to Vinny in the corner, but what I would like to see is some runs off him.
Yeah.
Either some runs off him or Vinny recognizing the double early and getting that ball back out.
Foul called on Victor France. Kick in San Diego. Swing it near side, Ruiz. Serta. Back heel by De Alviero, saved by Vanzella. He tried to catch William napping, and William was right there to make the play.
Last minute of play in the half.
Kalu. Ball loose, comes through the box. Roque hustles after it, goes into the boards, and a foul called as Roque goes down hard. And then something happened afterwards, and there's a Sockers player down.
I think before they stopped play, Kalu and Soto kind of bumped into each other, and Soto hit the boards and went down. I'm a little surprised this isn't 2 minutes because it's a nudge from behind as he's going into the boards.
Yeah, that could have easily been 2 minutes. No power plays here in the first half. We did have the shootout off of the handball on Pardo. Ball flicks through and scores! Adriano Dos Santos gives the Blast a 3-1 lead.
There you go. We said the Blast wasn't, the ball wasn't bouncing their way, and there you go. They got a bounce. Nice run through the box. It kind of flicked off. I'm not sure if it went off a San Diego player or a Blast player, but it ends up on Adriano's foot, and he does a great job of finishing one time.
Here we go. Ball comes through. Right to Dos Santos. What a break.
Oh. Yeah, so that went off a San Diego player. And nice little tap in back post. Great finish.
14-10.
Gives Melo the assist. 14-10 the time of the goal. Adriano Dos Santos' second goal of the season.
Melo, time of the West, third goal, 14-10.
Manzella headed away. Donatelli puts it back into the box in San Diego's end of the field. 30 seconds left in the half.
The last goal with a foul was on number 19, Brandon Escato, San Diego.
Foul called here on the Blast. Schmerman will pick up the foul. Good chance here for San Diego. Restart with 21 seconds left in the half.
I wonder if they use a timeout. San Diego uses a timeout here. Schmerman a little bit too aggressive there. There's no reason to overcommit. You have the player going backwards. You got to keep forcing them backwards.
The Oliveira drives, saved by Manzella. Pardo, they say no three lines. Break for the Sockers there. And this one driven up into the net with 8 seconds left in the half.
That's a tough call. I thought Schmerman was behind the yellow line when he headed that.
Well, if you're Schmerman, you can't assume that it's going to be called. You have to play when it's
close. You have
close.
to play that ball,
Absolutely.
But
all right, so the Blast will hold things here. 5 seconds left. And then Diesel just puts it into the corner. 2 seconds, one. That'll do it. Blast will take a 3-1 lead into halftime and lead. Just a real energetic, entertaining first half of soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams attacking really well. Both teams defending well. Some good saves by both goalkeepers. I think this is a pretty fair score for the first half. I thought the Blast had a little bit more on the offensive end.
Dantas and Roque gave the Blast a 2-0 lead after one. Slava Ubi-Parapovic got San Diego on the board in the second quarter, but a late goal by Adriano Dos Santos gives the Blast a 3-1 halftime lead. Let's go down to the field now. Andrew Primrose with Blast assistant coach David Bascom.
all right, David, thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Frantic pace back and forth. How much of that was what San Diego was giving to you, and how much of that was what you wanted to do coming into this game?
Well, the first quarter, we wanted to control the pace, and it was very important. This is a team that played, and, we know if they control the pace, they can be very dangerous. They have some very good players. You can see they can hold the ball up well. That's the one thing we have to be mindful. We must control the pace of the game. We have to not just control it, but we have to know how to use the pace to execute. Yeah, because we can knock the ball, control the pace all we want, but if we don't execute, we will be in trouble because this is a team that will counter-attack on you.
All right, a couple key injuries in that first half. What do you have any word on Jeremy Raley or Daniel Peruzzi at this point?
Yeah, we're not sure right now. We know they got Jeremy's his foot, Peruzzi's his knee, so we're not really sure, what the outcome. We're going to see how they do, halftime. Take a look at them and then go from there.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, good job, Andrew, with David Bascom. Remember, if you want to learn from the pros, you can. Check out David Bascom's Bascom Football Leadership Academy. Go to BFLacademy19 at gmail.com for more information on David Bascom's Football Leadership Academy. Back with halftime after the break. Blast 3, San Diego 1. You're watching Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Our country has changed over the last 80 years. At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're not just embracing this change, we're driving it. In our own backyard. As a local not-for-profit, we're tackling some of the region's biggest health challenges and making care more accessible for you by providing access to digital tools, transforming healthcare for over 3 million of your neighbors, forging new paths to live fearless. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings. It's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Our country has changed over the last 80 years. At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're not just embracing this change, we're driving it in our own backyard. As a local not-for-profit, we're tackling some of the region's biggest health challenges and making care more accessible for you by providing access to digital tools, transforming healthcare for over 3 million of your neighbors, forging new paths to live fearless. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings. It's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
right, welcome back to Baltimore with the second half down here with the San Diego Sockers coach. And, Coach, I want to start out with two quick questions about what you saw in the first half from your team. Before we do that, what happened in the locker room? What did you guys talk about?
Nothing. Now we're starting to settle down. We're getting used to the field. We can't make the dumb mistakes in our end, and we got to do a better job with this field.
It seemed like you guys were pushing the pace a lot. You were pressing high. You guys were really pushing the pace. Was that intentional or just a reaction to how the game was going?
No, it's intentional. We want to push the pace. We have to on this. The field's too small not to push the pace, so we got to make it a wide open game.
All right, remembering that we're on TV and we can't, can you tell a couple stories about Lee and you living together? Is that anything?
Oh, come on.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate taking the time.
Good job, Andrew. See, I was going to make a comment. That question had to be asked, Lee. You understand that, right?
Poor Phil. Yeah, I understand that.
No, but Andrew definitely blindsided them with that one, didn't he? Here's the first half highlights. Blast got on the board first. Dantas with the steal and the finish gave the Blast a 1-0 lead. And then Lucas Roque on the shootout after the handball, Jawan Pereira, not Lucas Roque, Pereira on the shootout made it 2-0. Finally, San Diego got on the board. Some good work along the corner boards for the Sockers, Lee, and, just a tough bounce here on the Blast.
Yeah, it's just a tough bounce here. Kalu gets the ball, and he goes to play it off the boards and kind of catches a bounce, and William makes a save, and it takes an odd spin and bounces right to a San Diego player.
And then the Blast get on the board late in the half. Deflection right to Dos Santos. Advantageous bounce for the Blast to give them a 3-1 lead as we get ready to play here in the third quarter. Sockers will start it as they chip it into the corner. Dos Santos runs it down there. Can't clear, and a quick shot by Childs goes high over the glass. They say deflection off of the Blast. So the Sockers will get a corner. Everyone had run down the field. Ball in front, kicked away. Escoto now plays it far side. Ubi Parapovic's shot is blocked by Tony Donatelli.
So San Diego coming out at the second half on the front foot here.
Yeah, really with some good pressure here to start this quarter.
Jawan feeling that one.
San Diego. Fans for over 50 years, Roosevelt Roofing is proud to serve the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and services.
Ubi Parapovic asks the referee to back up the wall. Two-man wall, Dantas and Pereira.
391-7663.
Give it go. Parapovic a shot. Vanzella got a piece and it hit the glass. And this one comes off high off the top of the crossbar and into the hands of Vanzella.
Way too easy of an opportunity there for San Diego.
That was a great play. Great play by the Sockers.
This is a I thought this was a penalty
he punched
kick.
the ball.
Yeah, they're saying that he got undercut, and that's why his arm went up. I thought that was clearly a handball.
I don't know if we can see that on the replay, but if that's the call and that's what happened, good job by the official. But no doubt he clearly punched the ball.
Dantas gets called for the foul. Sockers have it. Contreras to the box. Vanzella scoops that up and distributes. Bar corner goes out of play off the boards. Kick in for the Blast.
Last match part of your calendars this season's annual Walmart Last Match from the Worst Banquet.
Mello runs off. Schmerman to drive. That was deflected just wide. Good tackle by Thomas.
And great tackle by Jamie Thomas. Once again, the pressure that the Blast is applying on the ball when they lose it is tremendous.
Pardo with the kick save. Diesel kicks it back into the corner. Around the turn. Roque pushes Contreras. Sockers have it. Foul called on San Diego. A little pushing and shoving down there. I'll tell you what, you watch away from the ball, you'll see a lot of good stuff.
Yep, there's a lot of jawing that goes on, little jabs, little hits.
This one over the glass.
A couple injury updates from the Blast bench as neither Daniel Peruzzi or Jeremy Raley have joined back down here, and Daniel Peruzzi will not be back tonight.
A tough break for Daniel.
We did see that the Blast pulled the logo on the far left side at halftime.
Yeah, I did see that.
As the ball rolls over the spot where it used to be.
William into the midfield. Near corner, Victor France. Now for Dos Santos. Schmerman on the far side. Off the boards, around the turn, in front. It's blocked by France. Kept alive. Schmerman gets kicked a few times as the ball cleared. Now Dos Santos, and Sockers player gets spilled by Schmerman, and I guess Richard took offense to getting kicked in the leg about 3 or 4 times.
I'm not sure what happened there. I feel like they kind of just got their legs tangled.
Schmerman did a good job to keep his cool as he got poked in the face 3 or 4 times.
Bad pass here. Stolen away by Donatelli. To the corner for France. Victor can't split the double team. That's just a situation there where they just moved the ball too slow. Vanzella comes out. Good ball off the boards in front. Shot. That goes wide. Headed in front, but Kalu takes that out of the box.
That's a dangerous play in the corner there, coming in late on Victor France. How is that not 2 minutes?
On San Diego's number 37, Craig Childs. Free kick West.
The only thing we've seen tonight, Lee, was the clear and obvious handball. That was a penalty. Other than that, nothing's been called here tonight.
Yeah, the first half really flowed well. Very few calls, very few penalties. Second half seems to be really started out really chippy here.
The Santos run into, foul called. Childs called for the foul here.
There'll be 2 on him real quick.
Whatever Phil said at halftime has really kind of got these guys going, because it's been a really aggressive, chippy beginning to this third quarter.
Foul here on San Diego. Pino called for the foul. Took down Thomas.
Pushing foul on San Diego's number 5, Guerrero Pino. Free kick West.
Trying to tell you what the restarts. Schmerman well over the bar.
Fantastic Employers Insurance, where workplace safety specialists can help you prevent accidents and control your workers' comp insurance costs. To learn more, connect with your
goalkeeper distribution here for
WC.com.
San Diego. De Oliveira plays back. Pino. Or side to Serta. Sockers with some good energy here to start the third. Blast, though, have taken every punch. Ruiz taken away. Good ball by Roque. Schmerman back for Roque. Lucas to the corner. Nice play by Pardo to clear that. And Sockers come out with it. Ruiz, good touch. Serta, too strong. Mello, steal. Mello up ahead, Thomas. Good steal, though, by Pino. Shot, save, Vanzella. It goes over the glass.
Very unfortunate double by Lucas in the corner down there. He had the ball. It really just took the weirdest spin and ended up a counterattack for San Diego.
Washington.
Corner here for the Sockers. Childs with the flick. Drive just goes wide. Ubi Parapovic keeps it alive. Kalu blocks that. Pereira comes out with it. Flicks ahead for Mello. Serta runs that down. Over the foot of Pardo, out come the Sockers. Such good skill by both teams here tonight. Ball behind Ubi Parapovic. He's forced back to the yellow by Diesel. Swings it far side for Serta. To the corner for Childs. Marked by Kalu. Quick shot goes wide. Hits the referee again. Diesel. That's blocked. And finally Mike Diesel clears. Diesel just like a freight train over there. Just did whatever it took.
I think a little bit fortunate. Mikey didn't push him, but once again, once you put your hands up on someone's back, they're going to call a foul. So a little fortunate not to get that foul called against them.
Nifty footwork by Vanzella to the far side for Pereira. Vanzella. Dos Santos headed away. The Oliveira takes it away from Schmerman. Dos Santos follows. And Soccer's moving quickly. Quick flick to the near side. Here's Serta. Pressure by Schmerman. And the Sockers come out with it. Serta leaves it. Dos Santos blocks the drive by De Oliveira.
Schmerman's a little bit gassed. I think he's going to be looking for a change here. He's gotten caught up the field a number of times today.
And here he comes. Blast will change. Kalu on. One blocked by Donatelli. They say kick in. It won't say defensive clearance. So it's at the midfield.
It's a good call in that the leg wasn't moving forward.
Yeah, he was just standing there.
Yep.
Ortega far side for Escoda. Marked by Pereira. Blast have really been sound defensively here tonight. France with a near steal. Oh, good ball up ahead. Quick flick by De Oliveira goes just wide.
What a crafty little flick that was. That caught William off guard.
He was beaten.
Oh yeah, that was a crafty little flick. But yeah, the Blast they've been very sound individually and collectively as a unit defensively today.
Some real good switches, some real good step-ins. Foul called here. This one's on Gutierrez.
I dare say there's been more fouls in the beginning of this third quarter than in the entire first half.
You know, those first half stats, the Sockers had 13 shots on goal in that second quarter. Dantas, a drive and a goal!
What a great, powerful turn along the boards by Vinny and a rocket into the upper part of the net.
Time to goal, 6:52. You got to be kidding me. Wow. There's just times when he's unstoppable.
Yeah, like I'm not necessarily sure what the defender's thinking here. You have no chance to overpower him, yet you try to muscle him along the board. He's going to win that every time.
Give the assist to Dos Santos. Wow.
That's where the defender has to be disciplined and just kind of stay behind him and hold him up. You're not going to handle him individually.
Goal number 16 of the season for Dantos. Adriano's 8th assist of the season. And some breathing room for the Blast here in the third quarter. Pino a drive, that's wide. Mello tripped up in the corner. Foul call.
That's not. So he gave him a little kick to the head there when he was on the ground. Whether it's intentional or not, the officials got to see that. And I don't really think it was intentional.
Number 16 at 1
Diesel goes down the boards. Too far for Roque. Pino stops it. Clears. Diesel steps in. Here's Roque. He gets taken down hard. Referee says play on. Yeah, Lee, it's really gotten physical.
Yeah, it's been a physical third quarter, and I almost feel like the officials need to pull a card here to try to rein this in.
Mello far side. Roque. Back heel for Mello. Jonathan turns. Sets up Diesel. We talked last game about the Blast penalty kill, just 33%. San Diego's just 39%. And that got worse tonight with the shootout goal. What's going on with penalty killing in this league, Lee?
Not sure. I think defending is an art indoor. It really is. It's tough to get a hold of.
Thomas's drive went up off the bar. Soccer's on the counter. Good step in by Thomas. Back now. Serta's drive is blocked. And foul called in the box on Mello. Bond is down, and they're going to give San Diego a restart at the top of the arc.
This is interesting. If there's a foul inside the box, wouldn't that be indirect from that spot or a penalty kick?
Right.
So why would it be at the top of the arc?
And really what it looked like as I glanced away from the ball was both players jostling, taking each other down.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't see. I was kind of watching Jamie Thomas, who did a great job defensively on two different players in that sequence, closing down, blocking shots.
So William Vanzella gives Bond his towel. Looks like Bond's bleeding from the nose.
Shut the fuck up.
I believe the Sockers are asking for an automatic penalty because it was a strike to the face. The Oliveira presides here, but watch out for Childs. Childs put a couple rockets in against Harrisburg last night on free starts. Here he is. Shot. Saved by Vanzella. He teed it up again, but this time William Vanzella said no, and now we'll do it again.
Officials, timeout.
We'll do it again after the break. It'll be a restart, top of the arc for San Diego when we come back. 6:30 left in the third. Blast lead at 4-1 over the Sockers. You're watching Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
Well, the best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Fiscal year 2019, the Maryland Lottery contribution to the state set an all-time record of more than $593 million, supporting education, public health and safety, and many other vital state programs and services. Please enjoy lottery games.
We're back here in Baltimore. 6:30 left. The Blast with a 4-1 lead, but a dangerous restart opportunity for San Diego.
Here's Del Vero again. Here's Childs, a run-on, shot goal. Well, we called it. Give him enough opportunities, and Childs will make you pay, and he did there. Restart goal for Childs, number 7 on the season. San Diego back to within 4-2.
Take a look at this. I think it went through the wall.
San Diego goal scored by number 3.
No.
I think it went around the wall.
I think it went around the wall.
Time of the Sockers' second goal, 8:31.
Time to go 8:31.
Yeah, it went around the wall. It went around the left-hand side of Pereira.
31.
Donatas' drive blocked. Donatelli down the wing. Swings it back out for Pereira. Near side, Dos Santos.
So I did get clarification at the timeout that the foul was called before the foul in the box. So it was called outside the box, and it was a foul on 23 before, and that's how it wasn't a penalty
So
in the box.
it wasn't on the play in the box.
They said before they ran into the box, and that was a continuation. They called the foul before he got into the box.
Okay.
So that was the official word.
Steal by Donatelli. Here's Thomas.
I can tell you, Lee, Phil was not happy with that explanation.
I'm sure. You know, you have a player who's bleeding from the nose and he gets fouled in the box.
The winner can claim their prize between the third and fourth quarter break.
Steal here by Mello. Toe poke. Blocked.
Pushing foul on the blast number 14, Kalu. Free kick, San Diego.
Ortega in the corner. Mello runs him off. Foul on San Diego. Obstruction there.
I'd like to see Jonathan get going a little bit more. You know, I'd like to see Mello get going a little bit more in the offensive end.
Pushing foul on San Diego's number 16.
I don't know if the Blast have done a good job of getting him into space.
Yeah, he's been in. Listen, he's a smart, intelligent, very unselfish player. He's been in situations where he's one-on-one with players, and he has the ability to undress them and get something done. I'd like to see him take a little bit more kind of onus of getting a shot off.
Diesel cuts it back, shoots. That's blocked away. Off the boards, Mello. Dantas. Then he turns off the boards. That's blocked. It's loose. And Thomas fouls Pardo. And a blue card comes out, and now some pushing and shoving. This is going to be a power play for the Sockers as they're going to send Thomas off. So
there's a punch thrown. There's a punch thrown.
David Bascom yelling at the bench. Adriano De Santos yelling.
Hey, you saw the punch. You saw the fucking punch. I'm sitting down. What am I doing?
The Blast bench yelling at the fourth official about the punch. Thomas will go to the box here. Here's the initial penalty.
I'm curious to see. I feel like Jamie had the right to come in here because the ball was free.
Well, it was a pass back, too.
Right.
I mean, that's the other.
So was there nothing for the punch? Did they not see the punch?
Discussing right now. The third official's over, and they're over there discussing.
Last penalty to number 17.
Well, Andrew, did you see who threw a punch?
16.
So Velez threw a punch.
Threw a punch at the back.
Well, Velez was the one who was poking Schmerman in the head as well, I think. So he's kind of been on that.
Well, see the two officials talking. And we're going to get a penalty as well on Velez.
All right. He threw a punch. That's got to be an automatic red. You can't get a 2 minute for a punch.
So is this going to be a 4-on-3?
It should be 4-on-4, right? Danny Kelly's not happy right now. I think what he's saying is if you throw a punch, you're out of the game, right?
If they change the rules, I would like to get some money back.
San Diego has 5 men on the field right now. They're restarting.
Now William Vanzella.
They got 6 men on the field.
So it's 4-on-4. 4-on-4 soccer here. Are you serious? They just restart.
6 men on the field.
They have 6 men on the field. They restarted play. San Diego has 6 men on the field. They're complaining that Vanzella played the ball outside the box with his hand.
Yeah, the officials they've got to get a hold of this game. This game was
San Diego
so well
still has
played.
too many men on the field. San Diego still has too many men on the field. San Diego finally, wow, this is crazy right now. One official was talking to Phil Salvaggio while the other official put the ball in play.
Well, and there were six players from San Diego on the field at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, the officials have got to get a hold of this game. This game has been so well played, and now it's gotten a little bit out of control.
All right, so here we go, 4-on-4 soccer for 2 minutes. A little bit of extra room for everybody out on the field.
So who does this favor? The team that moves the ball with the ball, or the team that has very crafty individual players?
Well, and Pardo's going to come out and be a field player in the midfield. And now it looks like San Diego will back up, and they'll play 4-on-4 here. Oh, dangerous pass there to the mid. This ball goes down to the corner. Ruiz heads it into the midfield. Dos Santos, that's headed away. Stays in off the boards. Kalu steps in. Dos Santos, nifty little pass to Roque, and now Kalu has it. Kalu to the corner. Ortega runs that down. Good pressure by Roque. A minute left in the 4-on-4.
Lee, are you a little surprised here that Kalu is the second defender on this 4-on-4 team? That's a lot of trust from coach for the young defender to have him out there in this team.
No, I think Danny has trust in him. He's been doing a good job. He's become quite the two-way player, so not surprised at all, especially with his recovery speed.
And I think he's shown some pretty good skill in open area situations, too.
So on that counterattack call?
Yeah. Shot here, save Vanzella. It's loose. And there he is on the spot. Kalu there to make the clear. Ball is not cleared, though. Ortega's shot goes wide. 20 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Vanzella blocks that with a foot. Finally, the blast control. Donatelli heads it forward.
Oh, handball.
Ortega played it with his hand. And with 4 seconds left on the 4-on-4, free kick for the Blast.
Handling foul on San Diego's number 69, free kick twice.
Two-man wall here for San Diego.
Dos Santos has got to be wide open here. Adriano's.
Vinny might would just let this one go, too.
Smart decision by San Diego.
Drive by Dantas. How did that miss?
Wow, great save. I think one of the San Diego players actually headed it, and then the keeper made an excellent save.
Thomas steps out of the box. Blast keep it alive, taken away by Escoto, and that ball hits up into the netting. Goalkeeper distribution for William Vanzella. 3:13 left, so again, take a breath. Guys are out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. What a bizarre sequence. Foul called on the Blast. Schmerman picks up the foul.
Is that Schmerman's third foul already?
He's got 2 in his half.
And 3-line mistake by Pardo. And look, he, like everybody else in this arena, he puts his hands up and goes, "Are you kidding me? I barely touched the ball." All right, here's Bello now. 3-man wall. Drive by France. That goes wide. Cleared. Chested down by Pereira. Vanzella's taken down hard, and there's another card comes out on Farber, and he's going to go. And you talked about it. Eventually you got to start pulling cards and get this game under control.
Yeah, because it went from a really, really well-played first half to just a choppy.
I mean, Farber just basically steamrolled Vanzella there.
Yeah. This is a good card. Hopefully this kind of gets things. Oh, God, yeah. He really did just run into him.
Blast on the power play. 53% coming in. They've already gotten a shootout goal. San Diego just 39% on the kill.
San Diego's playing a diamond, so can you find the soft spot in the middle? They don't really have anybody in the middle here. Everybody's playing.
Oh, how about backdoor? Oh, France puts his hands on his head. Knew he missed a great opportunity there.
What a ball.
Oh, forget about it. Dantas buries it. Vinny, the hat trick, and a 5-2 blast lead.
Nobody feels better than Victor right now, right? Nobody's happier than him. Oh, man. What a great ball by Vinny. I thought the Blast needed to kind of get someone in that pocket to work side to side, but boy, they did the right thing.
There you go. They swing it back around, and Dantas with all kind of space. No chance for Pardo. And it's back to a 3-goal lead for the Blast. Give the assist to Melo. Time to go 12:43. Yeah, I agree, Lee. Nobody more happy, though, than Victor France.
Believe me, I've been in that position. You miss a tap in, someone else scores. You're the happiest guy on the planet.
Goal number 17 of the season for Dantas. And with 2 minutes to play third quarter, Blast restored the 3-goal lead. Drive here, blocked into the netting by Thomas. Corner kick here for San Diego.
Corner kick, San Diego.
Chip to the near side. Look at Vanzella come all the way outside the box there to make that block.
Wow.
I think Williams is a little fired up right now.
Yeah, Williams did a great job. I mean, he was on him before he got the shot off.
Double team in the corners. Blast steal momentarily. Scotto gets held by Dos Santos. And kick in for San Diego.
The last number 12, Adriano Dos Santos. Free kick, San Diego.
Scotto here. The left foot blocked. Melo takes that for the team.
He's got a line on that ball if he can get down there.
Good hustle back by Serta. And now a chance for San Diego coming out. Ubi Parapovic on the far side. Run down by Thomas.
Jamie's done a fantastic job here defensively. He's had at least 3 or 4 blocks this third quarter.
Bench warning on the Blast.
Melo run off the ball. See how Oliveira plays it. Kalu with some pressure. Good ball here. Chance, Serta. Touches near side. Scotto. Forced back by Kalu. Kalu makes the steal. 3-on-2 for the Blast. Roque. Far side. Melo. Shot. Goal! Jonathan Melo from deep. It's 6-2 Blast.
Wow, what a fantastic shot. Far post, upper 90. I thought he was looking for Kalu far post there for a tap-in, but took it upon himself, which honestly I'm a little bit happy he did, because I want to see him exert himself a little bit more in the offensive end.
How about that pass by Roque?
Lee, you talk about his tendency to be that passer, and it looked like Pardo thought he was going to make the pass. He's fallen away to Kalu coming across on the run. I think he was shocked that Melo took that shot.
Fantastic finish.
Boris was kind of in a bad spot. He had to cover the runner to the far post, and he kind of made that commitment, and Melo just kind of tipped it over top of him.
Ah, yeah, the goalkeeper's in a tough situation there.
Blast now, kick it in.
Last goal scored by number 23.
I think in general what most keepers will tell you, though, take the shot away, right? Force them to make a good pass.
And if he does, you just like,
right? So
congratulations, you know.
I remember the keepers drilling that in my head, like, look at take the shot there.
Pereira, Donatelli. But as Andrew said, you know, scouting report says Melo's going to probably pass. So maybe Boris had that in the back of his head and was trying to anticipate that.
True.
France off the boards, 26 seconds left. Oh, chip to the far side, Donatelli! A great save by Pardo there as he robs Donatelli.
What a beautiful ball by France over the top. Good shot, good save.
Good battle by San Diego and a goal. Brian Farber cashes in with 11 seconds left in the quarter at 6-3.
Just like that, the momentum swings. The Blast could have been up 7-2.
Great outlet, and this is a good win in the corner.
I got to tell you, once again, I don't think he's good. Yeah, this is just, that's an unfortunate bounce. There's no way they're trying to go through to that player running on. Or you know what? I take that back.
Yeah, but
I think he didn't mean to pass that. That was actually really good awareness. I take that back. That was a great ball.
That's a great effort in the corner along the boards by Childs to win the ball.
Yep.
3 seconds left. San Diego has in their own end. 2-1. That'll do it for the third quarter. Blast dominate the third quarter. Blast, after 3 quarters of play, lead it over the Sockers 6-3. Back with fourth quarter action after the break. You're watching Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
Well, two very unhappy teams down here on the field, as both coaching staffs and both teams very upset about the officiating there in the third quarter. But the Blast up 6-3 right now. San Diego with a crucial goal there late to draw it back close, and a 3-goal lead here, as we've seen Paul and Lee, not safe in the fourth quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, the first 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter are big. You know, if San Diego can get another tally here, get it right back in it, it's going to be very interesting here in this fourth quarter. You know, things just got out of hand in that third quarter. You know, San Diego came out very physical. Blast responded. And then I thought, you know, as the quarter went along, the officials kind of railed everything back in. And I'll tell you what, though, maybe the biggest play of the quarter, as the Blast were getting ready to go down a man, Velez gets caught throwing the punch and ends up being 4-on-4. And it kind of turned there.
Yeah, no, that's a big mistake. You go from being man up to even.
Here we go, fourth quarter, third quarter stats. San Diego out shooting the Blast 31-21. William Vanzella with 15 saves here tonight. Boris Pardo with 10. And the fouls, Lee, 10 total the first half. They're up to 25 now. 15 fouls in that one quarter.
Yeah, it just became a really chippy physical game. Both teams came out in the third quarter, and the soccer wasn't as good. It became a little bit more intense, a little chippy.
Kalu runs into, obstructs Velez. So we're going to kick in here for San Diego. Serta chips to the corner. Quick header to the box. Velez was lurking, but the blast able to clear. Scotto goes far side, and then it's kicked into the crowd.
This next goal is going to be big here.
Similar to Monday, we talked about it. You know, the Blast, they don't need the next goal, but they're going to need to run about 4 or 5 minutes off if they don't score.
Absolutely. The more that they run some time off the clock, the more San Diego's going to press, kind of leave themselves open, gamble a little bit defensively.
Well, and this is where the legs come in of having back-to-back games, too. They've been pressing all game. They played yesterday. You know, if the Blast can keep them running, that's definitely an advantage for a Blast team that hasn't played since Monday.
Pardo the distribution. Pino stepped into by Thomas, forced back. Ruiz. Ortega, far side. De Oliveira, pressured by Diesel.
Good job by Mikey, just pressing him, not overcommitting, not allowing him to turn, making him go backwards.
Pardo carries the mail for San Diego. Quick header to the box. Bond tries to turn on Kalu. That's blocked. Ortega leaves it. Shot blocked by Thomas. Pino a drive. It goes into the netting. And Pino gets a shove from Diesel.
Great job by Mikey, though. Great job by Mike. He's sliding, makes him go high, makes the shot go high. The shot goes over the net.
Paul, has Diesel ever been run into and not returned the favor?
No. That's not in his nature.
I think if a little kid was walking down the street, bumped into him, he'd go shoved back. Not that Mike's not a nice guy. But
Victor France gets called for the push. Well, Lee Tachatred will tell you, there's a difference between the guy on the field and the guy off the field.
Yep.
Great ball here for Pino. Blocked away in the corner. Sherman tries to step in, but good, strong, physical play by Ruiz keeps the possession alive for San Diego. Childs. Contreras now back for Childs. Marked by Mello. The Oliveira muscled off by Diesel. Diesel upended by the Turf Monster.
I was going to say. Turf Monster got him.
Ruiz.
No, that's no foul there. That's good defending. That's unfortunate.
Ruiz ducked, grabbed his head, fell down, and they blew the whistle.
On the Blast number 9, Richard Sherman, his third of the night.
Watch out for Childs here. I wouldn't be surprised if he just unloads on this one. Nope, he chips it instead, and really was a poor play as Schmerman able to get a foot on it. Now he'll come off. He's got 3 fouls. We'll watch and monitor how much time he plays in the fourth quarter. Of course, remember the Blast short 2 players. Drive here, it's off the crossbar.
Very similar to last week. San Diego's very content to shoot from the outside.
From
from distance.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Dos Santos has it away. Serta to the corner. Dos Santos with the left foot. Good header up ahead by Mello. French tries to get in. Can't do it. Taken away by Contreras. Far side, Escoto. Childs stepped into by Vanzella. Kalu can't clear. Ball loose, taken away by the double team by San Diego. Childs leaves it back. Escoto again, far side. Cerde. Shot. Save Vanzella as he got the foot out on that one. I'll tell you what, William Vanzella has quietly had a big-time game here tonight.
Now, William has made a lot of really big saves tonight. He's come out timely as well. I'm not a big fan of when keepers come out in general, but he's really come out.
Come on. France just got elbowed in the head. Did they call a foul on Victor France? Escoto went down as well.
On the blast number 15, Victor France.
Oh.
Yeah, clearly.
So what he does is chop him across his face with his right hand here. Watch.
I mean,
and then he jumps and grabs his own head. The officials have got to do a better job there. The officials have got to do a better job.
Blast is short of man.
Blocked by Dos Santos.
Blast got really lucky there as they went through that whole restart without a fifth player on the field. I think the rotations have really been messed up by the absences of Raley and Dan Peruzzi.
Ball hard off the boards. Blocked. Donatelli with a nice chip. Oh, here's Dantas now with some room. Vinny shoots. Goes wide. Pereira on the far side. Blast could use some possession time here.
We talked about it, though, at the 14-minute mark, right? So they haven't scored a goal, but they've taken 4 minutes off the clock. No goal against.
Ball goes by. Thomas kept alive by San Diego. Dos Santos heads it forward to Vanzella, or I should say back. Ball long for Donatelli. Tony can't spin off the boards. Good pressure, though, by the Blast. France tries to seal off the boards on Bond, but Taylor Bond does a nice job to win the ball. Giveaway. France, shot, goal! Oh, great read by Donatelli. Victor France makes it pay. It's 7-3.
What great pressure in the defensive third, the offensive third by the Blast. And what great composure and unselfish play by Donatelli to find Victor France just wide open in the center of the box.
Let's look at the replay. Vinny Dantas takes that back angle, doesn't allow the pass to come backwards. He forces the pass forward to Donatelli. Underrated play by Vinny Dantas as he takes this angle. There's only one place that ball can be played. Donatelli gets the turnover.
Well, Victor France's first goal as a member of the Blast. It's Tony Donatelli's 9th assist of the season.
Well, the Blast did everything they wanted to. They took 4 minutes off and still got the goal.
That's a big goal there for the Blast.
It's ideal. They've taken 4 or 5 minutes off this clock. San Diego hasn't scored, and then they put one in themselves to up the lead to 4.
France chests it down. Here they come again. Victor with some speed. Ortega fouls him. Restart Blast.
Poor Victor's taking a beating today. He's really taken a lot of hits.
He's going to come off.
Here he comes. Comes back to the bench. Donatelli off the top of the glass. Ortega's third foul this half. A lot of fouls this half. Donatelli to the corner for Roque. Pushed off. Ortega. And into the hands of Pardo.
I tell you, I'm surprised how well Lucas has held up after being out for so long and then playing 2 games. It takes a toll on your body. He's got to kind of get used to that pounding again.
He was a question mark tonight, but he is in the lineup.
Yeah, I think he had a little strain at the end of last game.
Here he is again. Ortega. Double team, taken away. Thomas pressures. Ortega can't clear. Finally uses his head to get it out. Falls down and foul called. That's the oldest indoor soccer trick in the book, right? You're on all the boards, and then you just fall. As soon as you fall down, the whistle blows. Ruiz, far side, Ortega. Blocked by Thomas.
So right there, that play right there, Paul, has been indicative of the success of the Blast tonight. San Diego does a really good job of dribbling across the face of the field, pumping, faking like they're going to shoot to get the player to dive in, and the Blast has done very well to continue to move their feet and block shots. Wow, great save.
Yeah, big save by Vanzella there, headed for the far post. Cerda again. Childs. De Oliveira far side. 8:15 left fourth quarter. Blast with a 4-goal lead. Escoto. Childs. Ubi Parapovic. His drive right to Vanzella. He makes the save. Dos Santos comes free in the offensive end. Kicked away by De Oliveira. Nice defensive play there. Little back heel for Ubi Parapovic on the far side. Stolen away by Kalu. Sockers get it back. Deflected by Dos Santos. Childs. Now NDI on the floor. De Oliveira. Chip to the corner. Header. Oh, nice ball across the box. Escoto couldn't get a foot on it, though. Carries it back out.
That was a great job. Blast got a little bit lucky there. NDI got caught ball watching, and Escoto should have scored the header there.
Here he is again on the far side, Escoto. NDI steps in.
Peruzzi.
Pereira steps in.
Wow. What a great read of a play there. Fantastic.
Finally a foul called. Escoto takes Pereira to the ground.
How many fouls is that on Escoto? I feel like he's had 7 fouls this half.
De Oliveira loses the handle. Here's NDI. Nifty move here. NDI drags it through. Shot saved by Pardo. Oh, what a save there by Boris.
Great save to keep them
in the game.
In the game, basically.
So, guys, that was his first foul of the half.
No way.
That was my exact reaction.
He's been involved in a lot.
I guess 2 guys have been in every time. He's been lucky.
Chance here. Vanzella says no. Thomas heads it back, and the Sockers had a shot on goal, but it went wide.
Once again, great job by William. Williams having a solid game tonight.
Ruiz taken away. Cerda drives it into the netting. Time out of the floor. We'll take 1-2. 6:14 left in the fourth. Blast lead at 7-3. Back with more. You're watching Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
What?
Win. Win.
What are we waiting for? No one comes into our house and pushes us around.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Campbell.
Uh-huh.
What kind of power you got?
Oh, man, you know I got some soul power.
I'm as bad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore. This could be the greatest night of our lives.
We shut them down because we can. They don't know your heart.
On this team, we fight for that inch.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go.
All right, 6:14 left. William Vanzella with the distribution. The Blast have a 7-4 lead. And it's fourth quarter action from Baltimore SECU Arena.
Oh, here's Dantas in the corner. Run off by Bond. Sockers have it. We'll see. Lee, you saw Phil talking about the sixth attacker on the bench there at that last time out.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to start switching sixth attacker for every time they have the offensive.
Oh, there's a goal.
Offensive opportunity.
There he is again, Brian Farber. And the ball just seems to find him a lot, Lee.
He's in the right place at the right time, does a lot of work.
Replay. Good ball. Good touch to the far side. Nothing you can do about it. Great pass.
But it's funny because there was discussion on the bench. They were trying to get the jersey on. Pardo was looking to come over, and they were looking to do exactly what you're talking about, Lee. But there was some upset as to who should have it on, and they were having discussion on the bench.
Good play by Thomas. Splits the double team. That ball blocked by Pardo. Steal by the Blast.
The Blast has got to take the air out of the ball. Ooh!
Oh, that's got to be 2 minutes. And that's Farber. He's going to the box. Both benches just jawing at each other right now.
This is great. I haven't seen a game this I was going to say, I haven't seen a game this intense in a long time.
I'll tell you what, Taylor Bond just came off the bench like a missile, yelling at the official for touching Farber as he took him to the bench. I thought he was going to go after him.
Wow.
Blast on the power play, 2 for 2 tonight.
Ideally, the Blast want to take as much of this 2 minutes as they can before putting the ball in back of the net. Got to give a shout out to Eddie Carmine, our old roommate. Turned on, said he's listening. I just got a text from him. He and his daughter Emily.
You can't give up a short-handed goal. Big save by Vanzella.
Great save. Way too easy. One player just carved through 4.
Dangerous pass by Vinny there. Got away with it.
Bellow behind everyone.
Blast fans are winners of our military appreciation night.
Wow, that was really dangerous. One player just dribbled through 4 guys.
Soccer score there, and it's a ball game. 4:30 left.
Amber Sanders.
Soccer's being real aggressive here, as you would expect.
I'm a little bit surprised San Diego's not stepping higher.
I'm surprised the Blast haven't tried to exploit the corners down low. There you go. Shot comes off the board.
You ask and you shall receive, Paul.
I mean, they're so far up.
Yeah, I think right now they've almost have the mentality of, okay, let's make sure we run as much of this 2 minutes out as possible.
Shot blocked by Pino. Corner kick for the Blast. 3:55 left. Referee steps in, separates the players.
David Stark.
France lets it go. Donatelli a drive, and Pardo parries that to the board. 2-on-1 now for San Diego. Cerda off the boards in front, goes through. Chance to counter for the Blast. Dantas, far side, France shoots and scores!
Victor opened up his account and added another one today.
Power play goal for the Blast.
Very, very poor decision on the 2-on-1 by San Diego, though. Very poor decision, which, in turn leads to a goal. And now, in essence, you would think that's out of reach of San Diego right now.
Good
Timeout
pass.
San Diego
Good
here.
pass by Dantas. And Victor just picked his spot, waited, and then put it home. Yeah, I don't know what San Diego was doing on that 2-on-1. Time to go 11:22.
Assist to number 28, Vinny Dantas. Time of the last 8 goal, 11:22.
Dantas' 7th assist of the season.
Victor France.
It's a 4-goal lead again.
It's the little things. It's the little things that kill you. You have a 2-on-1 on one end of the field. You don't execute. You actually don't even really get a good shot off.
It's almost like he wanted to kind of play the ball to the other side off the board, but he had such a poor angle because he was coming straight in that he couldn't. And then once you play the ball on the boards here, Lee, when the ball comes off the boards, everybody's coming this way, and the ball's coming this way, you're done. I mean,
yeah, I'm just not sure what he was doing there. I'm not sure if that was a shot or if he was attempting to try to play the ball off the boards to himself.
Please report to the merchandise store.
6th attacker on for San Diego now.
To claim your winning jersey.
Is that Ruiz?
Ruiz in there.
Ruiz is in there.
Now on is the sixth attacker for San Diego, number 63, Hiram Ruiz.
Childs will start it. Here's Ruiz.
Blast French calling for the press, and Jamie Thomas almost.
Oh, Ruiz had it go under his foot. Thomas almost cashed in there. Good pressure by the Blast.
I love this by the Blast, pressuring high.
Well,
I think that went out. I think that went out for a corner.
But it'll be 3 lines before
it's 3 lines.
Yes. But are they calling a deflection?
I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, if
they're calling that, it has to be the Blast ball because they're calling a deflection. Right. So,
but if it's not, it has to be a 3 line.
Right. That's what I mean. So, I mean, if they're calling that a deflection.
Redirection by Thomas is picked up by Ruiz.
If it hit the glass, then that's correct, right? But it should have been a 3 line.
No, it didn't hit the glass.
Okay.
Steal by Donatelli. Pereira. Thomas turns, chips it, and Pereira can't get it on to the cage. See, I'm always in like favor of when you get to the yellow line, man, just tee off on the 6th attacker. You know, like he's not trying to make a save. Instead, they went 3 passes and ended up not even getting a shot on goal.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that decision by Peruzzi was a good decision. Thomas, they have numbers up. He didn't necessarily have the best touch forward.
I'm not talking about there. I'm talking about once you get to the yellow line.
Oh, gotcha.
Just like Adriano, just unload on the guy. I mean, Donatelli has it off the boards. Melo can't get there. Ruiz steps in. 2:38 left. It'll be Parapovic on the counter. Childs drive. That goes wide. Escoto here on the near side. Drive here. It's redirected off of a Blast player into the back of the net.
Looked like it went off the back of Jamie Thomas. William had a great line on that, but
how important was that last goal, right? So now you're looking at a 2-goal game. If they didn't get that last goal, still a 3-goal game.
Yeah, just off.
Yeah, it's just a deflection. It's unfortunate. William had that covered.
Time to go 12:32.
Scored by number 19, Brandon Escato. Unassisted. Time to the Sockers' 5th goal, 12:32.
Timeout on the floor.
Scored by number 19, Brandon Escato. Unassisted.
Well, if the Blast can hold on here, they'll go back over 500. They'll be 1 game behind the Heat for 4th place in the Eastern Conference and a chance tomorrow night, Blast at Harrisburg, to get a win over Harrisburg. If they can get a win tomorrow night, then they would be in 4th place, tied with the Heat, but have the tiebreaker because of the head-to-head win.
I tell you, I personally always enjoyed playing back-to-back as opposed to a Friday-Sunday. I feel like the lactic acid and all those like aches and pains had more of a chance to kind of creak in and kind
just
of
sit there for a day.
Yeah, it's almost like it's. I always preferred going back-to-back.
Blast in Harrisburg tomorrow. Then they play on the 30th in Orlando. And then the next night on the 31st, that's next Friday, they'll play at Rochester. So a Thursday night game in Orlando. One of the few weekday games.
I was going to say, there's not often you catch a weekday game unless it's a holiday.
Well, it's January 30th day.
January?
Pardo's back in goal.
Yeah, Pardo back in. Sockers will probably go 6th attacker whenever they get possession.
Yeah, this is a smart move by Phil. I mean, look, you're starting off on the defensive end right now, so as soon as they win the ball, the keeper will come out and the 6th attacker will go in.
Melo for Dantas, now back for Dos Santos. Chips it forward. Headed back. Now chip forward.
Little soccer tennis going on.
Pino. Dos Santos. Blast, keep it in San Diego side. Pino has it. Comes out with it.
Back in goal for the Sockers, number 27, Boris Pardo.
And Pardo comes out, and Ruiz comes on.
Attacker for San Diego.
2 minutes to play.
Ruiz.
Ruiz Joel cut it just past Pereira. De Oliveira far side. Childs inside. That's kicked away. Dos Santos high into the midfield. Chested down by Ruiz. Cerdo. Ruiz. Here's Del Oliveira near side. To the corner. Escoto. The Oliveiro's pass stolen away. Melo. Good ball here. Pereira. Jawan. Shot. That goes wide. Fouled up on by Donatelli. He goes to the corner. 1:25 left. Comes through with it. Now to the box. Shot. That's blocked away. Melo flicks it on, and Ruiz has it.
That's unfortunate. That ball was not meant for Melo. It was meant for Pereira.
Escoto blocked. Donatelli shoots towards goal, and that goes just wide. Ruiz runs it down with 1:05 left. Blast still have a 3-goal lead. 1 minute to play. Childs. Save Vanzella. Vanzella to the empty net. Goal!
He's wanted that for years.
I guess William looks at all the other keepers that have goals in the league and says, hey, where's mine? And there it is. William Vanzella puts it into the empty net. It's 9-5 Blast.
Great throw by William.
There's a yellow card on De Oliveira on San Diego.
There's the replay. Great throw. Perfect.
It's a perfect throw because it was great recovery by the keeper here.
And not because he scored that goal, Lee, but Vanzella could well be the player of the game because of the way he's played in goal.
I was thinking that before the goal. It was crazy. Guys gave up 5 goals, and he still might be the player of the game.
So hopefully they don't have any silly fouls here at the end of the game to give up any free kicks. We used to call that a maze when you had a silly foul.
Pardo back in. Pino over the goal. 33 left.
So the De Oliveira penalty was for dissent, so he's out for the rest of the game. Pardo's back in the net.
Diesel knocks it down. Sends it to the midfield. Roque.
All right, here we go. Here comes Diesel. And then here comes Bond. Bond's now shoved Diesel. And that's the wrong guy you want to shove. And there's another shove.
Bond's kind of been itching to get into it with someone for a little bit here.
But now Diesel's going to get a blue card.
And so is, I think, Cerda.
The return game in San Diego is going to be a fun one.
In February, yes, sir. Contreras is challenging the entire Blast bench. Diesel still John. Barber talking with Diesel.
Got a couple guys out there making peace.
Yeah, there's
trying
there's two guys making peace. There's 19 other guys.
You know, it was like Eddie Carmine trying to calm down like 10 animals as they're going crazy trying to, you know, to stop a fight.
Let's see, is it Velez is going again? There's some that would say Velez shouldn't even be in the game anymore, but...
Although I gotta say, I love when the guys get all tough when the ref gets there.
Over? Right.
No, when the ref gets there and everybody,
right.
you know. So it's when the ref gets there and everybody's holding him back that somebody gets all tough.
So 4-on-4. Second time tonight it's 4-on-4.
Apparently they're not going to run the 20 seconds off here.
Last willing to run this off.
There's a penalty up there.
Foul on the Sockers, 8 seconds left.
Just play this back and run the clock out or just dump it in the corner.
Back for Donatelli. 4 seconds. He waves Farber off. Farber concedes. That'll do it. Blast win it. Well, this is a good one tonight, Lee. This is old school soccer tonight.
So my question to you, Paul, is this what they needed? Is this what the Blast needed, right? This was a hard-fought, well-played game where they all came together. This is the most energy I've seen from the Blast this year as far as intensity.
You know, it all goes back to that first half. It started on the defensive end of the floor. Blast just so fundamentally sound. Sockers were buzzing all over the place, but they just couldn't find the avenues to shoot it. When they did, William was right there shutting the door.
No, I mean, look, this was a really, I should say it was a really well-played half by both teams, and then it became physical, little chippy, but I think it's a well-deserved win for the Blast today.
Turned into what we call a Donnybrook.
Yeah, it did, which is unfortunate because the game itself was actually a really good game. I wish the officials would have got it under control a little bit earlier.
Yeah, but come on, there wasn't a party that was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
No, look at, I honestly like to see the intensity. This is the intensity. I think a game like this is something the Blast needed to kind of galvanize themselves as a unit this year.
We'll also check on the injuries to Jeremy Raley and Daniel Peruzzi. It didn't look good for Peruzzi. We'll find out more about that as we get further along. Blast gets on 9-5, the final. Blast got fourth quarter goals. Victor France had 2. Vanzella gets his first goal. Vinny Dantas the hat trick tonight for the Blast.